handled by the warehouse. So therefore, these are the operations that's being carried out. So we extract data from different databases and we need to clean the data. So clean the data in the sense we have to fetch the required data from this huge volume of data. Uh, Required data in the sense required fields. What is the information that is required to store it in the database need to be extracted and then this is transformed to relational database format and load and refresh are the functions that is used to store the data, load the data into the data warehouse and refresh it. So all those operations are carried out with the help of this gateway. Gateway is nothing but it acts as an API. API is application programming interface, and generally APIs are nothing but the JDBC ODBC connection. So I think most of you are aware of JDBC and ODBC connection. தெரியுமா?
No,
Are
ma'am.
you? No. Generally in DBMS lab, in addition to SQL queries, you are also asked to create a front end application using database would be your final project. So we know database is back end and front end generally we use any front end tools. For example, if you take VB, this front end tool and this backend need to be integrated and this has been generally carried out with this gateway. And gateway is nothing but it's a again a software component which help us integrate the front end and back end. So generally ODBC connection or Java database connection could be used to connect the back end and the front end. So again it's a software component and this software component is now used to retrieve data from various data sources, extract it, clean, transform, load into the data warehouse. And this data புரிஞ்சிருச்சாமா? It's a connection, software connection that is used to connect the front end and back end. We can in Windows based system generally ODBC connection would be used. Are you aware of Access database? Microsoft Access. Any
No,
database?
ma'am.
No. Any database for the case if you go, you just access is very easy now. It's like Excel format. You can create table with values, and we can also add JDBC ODBC connection. So all this connection will automatically come, and we can also write. So in case if you want your front end tool is Java based, then we go for JDBC connection. Ilati we can go for ODBC connection. So these connections are available in VB. We have to just select it to connect the front end and back end. And similarly, since this is your databases from various sources, we need to integrate this with the data warehouse. The JDBC ODBC connection is used here to load the data into the warehouse with the help of load and refresh functions. These are the inbuilt functions. Now here we have the OLAP server. OLAP supports multi-dimensional, so therefore it's been given as a cuboid. So it's given in the form of a cube. I'll also repeat this topic in tomorrow's class as well. OLAP server, and this acts as the middleware. And at the front end, we have the business analytic tool. Our data mining tool could be used to fetch the data from the warehouse based on that, and they can use it as per the requirement with the help of front end tool. And in middleware, we have this OLAP server. And the servers provide multiple views of the database. Either it can provide the flat file view or it can provide the multi-dimensional view of the data, two-dimensional or multi-dimensional view of the data. So here we also have data marts, and data mart is nothing but I said we can store any data related to a corporate can be stored in a data warehouse. And in case if you are very specific about only one particular sector of an organization, then the data mart alone is sufficient. The data mart will have only the limited data or one data related to one particular sector of an organization can also be stored. And with OLAP server, we can access this data from the database as per the query placed by the front-end user using any analytical processing tools. Tell me whether this architecture is good. I'll also repeat tomorrow from architecture. Whether is okay, ma.
Okay, ma'am, but it is a little vague, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, you said something about Microsoft Access, ma'am. What was that?
It's a database, Windows database, and it would be similar to your Microsoft Excel uh, Word. It comes along with the Office package where we can create our own database and we can also create, you look for some YouTube video and try to use JDBC ODBC connection. Is it clear, ma? We can create a table there
Okay,
and we
ma'am.
can store our record and we can also select JDBC ODBC connection to fetch data from your database.
Okay.
So anyone is familiar with BB Visual Basic? Again, it's a tool. Using even the tool, we can connect our backend and front end. This database can be uh, integrated with BB with the help of JDBC ODBC connection. Or you just explore what is JDBC ODBC connection and complete. I'll show you Postgres SQL tomorrow. So it's very similar to your SQL. The same SQL query is used to create the data warehouse. And data warehouse is generally monitored by administrator. And it also have metadata. And metadata repositories store information about the data about the data. That is the data that is present in the data warehouse. This information is maintained by this metadata repository. So what are the different types of data that's been stored in a particular warehouse? And from warehouse, we can also extract data for data mart. Data mart will hold the data related to a specific sector of an organization. And when the end user or analyst apply some query, either they can fetch data from the warehouse or from the mart with the help of this analytical process.